how y'all doing today? Blessings, I hope and saying always pray. Well, I just have something really quick today. Just something really quick, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get off. Yeah. So with that being said, I have something really quick that God put on my spirit, and something that I've been noticing for a while. All right. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and get to it. I just want to say, as men and women of God, as people of God, we're supposed to have the heart of God, right? And we're supposed to look at people, no matter where they came from, or how they look, or how they act, or how they talk. We're supposed to look at them as God see them, right? And before we see someone, when we see someone, instead of judging them and saying what's wrong with them, or why they look like that, or why they're doing that, or why they're living like that, or why they dress like that, or why they talk like that, or why they acting like that, we gotta instead of saying what is wrong with them, we gotta look at the fact of what happened to them, right? So as men and women of God, like I said in the beginning, we don't supposed to judge anyone. We're supposed to look at them with the eyes of Christ, right? Just as God look at them. We're supposed to see them like God see them, right? Whether it's a man that's attracted to another man, or whether he dress up as a woman, or whether it's a woman who is promiscuous, or dressed a certain type of way, we still supposed to see them as God see them, because we have all came from a place, and sometimes when we get to a certain level in God, and when we cross over, we seem to forget that where we came from, and in our past, and how we used to act, and what we did, and we all were sinners, and we all were sinners until we crossed over to God and Jesus, and He forgave us, and washed us, and purified us, and cleaned us up. So we all came from a place. So when we get to a certain level, we can't look at other people. When God took us to a certain level and we change, we can't forget that we came from somewhere as well, and we were in sin, and we did stuff as well as God didn't like, just as well as we see other people that's out here when we cross over to God, and they living in the world, and they blind, and they're doing things that God didn't like. It's no big or little sin. God still see them with the eyes of Christ as that's my child. That's not who I called them to be. That's not who I intended them to be, or how I intended them to act or live, right? So we gotta always remember that, because just like when we was in the world, we wasn't perfect. We have our flaws, and we have a past as well. Even though some of us seem to act like we don't, or forget that we don't, or we forget our past, but God let me remember my past a lot of times, not waddle in it and think on it and get sad or anything about it. He just want me to remember that I came from somewhere, so when I see others in the same place that I was, or a different type of path or life that they're living, I won't see them as no hope for them, because it's hope for everyone in Jesus Christ, right? So a lot of times I'm gonna go here. So we can't judge people, and I just want to start with this first. I'm gonna start with this. Remember the woman that was caught in adultery, right? And the whole town came to Jesus, and Jesus is writing in the dirt, right? Jesus was writing in the dirt, in the sand, and it was like, Jesus, we caught her. She was in adultery. I think it's in John 7. I think that's in John 7. If you want to go back and read it, I think that's in John 7. I'll put it in the description as I always do. But remember, they was coming to him, and they was saying, Jesus, she doing this, she did that. We caught her in the act of adultery. And what Jesus kept writing in the dirt, like he didn't care. And they was like, Jesus, did you hear us? We caught her in adultery. And back in that day, they supposed to stone her. But what did Jesus say? He said, he told them, Jesus said, those without sin cast the first stone, right? And when everybody looked at their life and what they used to do, or what they did do, they had to drop their stones. And then Jesus went back to his business writing, and he ain't paying no attention. And then he looked up and see who was around. It was only the lady who was around. And he was like, Jesus like, where are those who that condemn you? And she said, they left. They all dropped their stones and left, right? I'm just using the short version. I'll put the story in the scripture so you can go back and read. But she was like, they all dropped their stones and left, right? And Jesus said, well, neither do I. Go and sin no more. So that's what Jesus was caring about and worried about. He didn't care what she did, what path she was on, and what they were saying and how they were judging her. He was saying those without sin cast the first stone. So nobody can judge nobody for what they are doing or what they're in, because we all were sinners before we crossed over to God. And that's a fact and a thought that we got to always remember when we see others out here doing certain things and living a certain type of way. We got to see them in the eyes of Christ, with the mind and the heart of Christ, as Jesus saw this woman that was caught in adultery, and all those people from the town wanted to stone her for what she had did. And then Jesus said, neither do I. I don't condemn you. Go sin no more. But he did say, don't sin no more. So that's what we got to always remember. We can't judge nobody for what they're in and what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? We got to look at them with the eyes of Christ. And the main thing that I want to get on, as I said before, is about judging people. And I just want to, a lot of times, I always see this a lot of times. I don't know, I got a heart for women. Maybe because I'm a woman and I have daughters. I'm a mother and I have granddaughters, and I am a daughter. You know what I'm saying? And I have a mother, so I have a lot of a heart for women. So I really get kind of upset and I don't know, angry. I get angry when I see men a lot of times bashing women. Even these women on these social medias that's half naked or twerking or talking a certain type of way, and or living a certain type of way, or even trying to get attention by showing their bodies and things like that with photos and, you know, doing certain type of dances. You know what I'm saying? We're not here to judge them as men and women of God. Like I said before, we're supposed to look at them through the eyes of Christ. You know what I'm saying? And then another thing, we got, like Jesus did. Jesus told people about their sin and what they were in, and they were wrong, and he gave correction, but he also did it in love. And he spoke with boldness, and he was strong, but he did it in love. If you look through the scriptures and stuff, when Jesus confronted somebody, he spoke with boldness, but he always did it in love. That's why the Bible say, be wise as a serpent, but as harmless as a dove. Jesus was very wise with his words and the choice of the words that he picked, but he was harmless as a dove. Even though he spoke with boldness and authority and straight to the point, he did it in love, like a dove. You know what I'm saying? So we got to always remember that too. And mama say this too. My mom used to always say, she said to this day since I was growing up, she said it's not what you say, is how you say it. So as that go back to be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. And like I said, Jesus spoke with authority and he spoke with power, but he also spoke in love. So my mom always said that. She said it's not what you say, is how you say it. We got to always remember that as children of God. That's something that God taught me. So we got to be careful, choosing our words. We got to let God lead us and guide us and to speak certain things, because sometimes we in ourselves, we can speak kind of rude, mean, and harsh. So we got to be wise in our choice of words. And like I said, back to the women, I see men a lot of times talking about these women and stuff on social media or just in the world. A lot of times men, and some ladies do it too, but most of the time, men, I feel like a lot of men, sometimes y'all really don't have no right to speak on a woman's behalf, because you're not a woman and you don't know what a woman go through. But me as a mother and a woman and a grandmother and a daughter, I feel like certain women can speak on certain things because we're women. We've been through these type of things, so we have some spirit to speak to other women. We can relate. Sometimes God will let you go through things so you can relate to people, right? So I'm a woman, right? And I'm just say this. People judge a lot of women that up here half naked or twerking or doing certain things, and they want to call them nasty, or call them out of their names, like dirty, or I don't know, just different types of stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I just want to let you know, some of these women, they don't know how to be a lady. You know what I'm saying? I did a little something a while ago, and I was just saying, stop all that twerk and put some clothes on. You're worth more than that. That's what God put on my spirit, you know what I'm saying? And you got to be careful in the words that you choose to talk to certain people, because if somebody would have told me I look like a tramp with certain things I used to wear, which I used to go to club here and there, and then I would dress kind of a little more sexy, but I was never really a person that wore sexy clothes. But if somebody would have told me, hey, take that off, look like a tramp, I would have been ready to fight, you know what I'm saying? It's all in the way you say something, like my mom said. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. So a lot of women don't know how to be women or to be ladies because they didn't have a father. And some women only had a mother. And then even if they had a mother, the mother, you gotta think about this too, that raised them, even though they had a mother, the mother that raised them wasn't raised right herself. So the same thing that the mother did and lived her life and the way she dressed, children pick that up, and that's their number one role model from the time they come into this earth, is your mother and your father. And a lot of times these days it's only the mother in the household, and these mothers didn't wasn't raised right, so they didn't know how to dress or how to carry themselves or to be a lady, or how to their worth. They didn't know their worth, you know what I'm saying? So these young ladies a lot of times these days just a repeat. They just doing what they seen their mother do, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't know any better and they grew up like that. And I'm just saying, men, a lot of times they'll speak about these things, even men in the body of Christ, you know what I'm saying? And that's us as men and women of God, we should know how to approach somebody in the right way, you know what I'm saying? You can say what you got to say with a power and authority, but there's a certain way you can say it. That's why the Bible, like I said, be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. And a lot of these women wasn't taught how to be ladies or how to dress or how to carry themselves. And what they was taught was to dress provocative, to dance, to get attention, because they didn't have a father, so they try to get attention from other men, because sometimes, a lot of times, people are trying to fill a void by dating certain men or getting attention from certain men. You have younger ladies that date older men because they're missing their father figure, and they don't know and they have no clue why they have this void. But the void is because they didn't have a father figure, so they chase and seek attention and validation from the world, a lot of times men. So that's why they do these things. And then you have men of God that or people of God, and they'll call these young women, say you look dirty or you look like trash, instead of saying, hey, it's all in the way you say something. Take that off, you look dirty, or you look like a hoe, or why you acting like a hoe, or something like that. That is not the way you should speak to somebody. Like I said, if somebody would came at me like that when I was in the world, I would have been ready to fight. I would have been ready to attack them because I had a temper back then, you know what I'm saying? But if somebody, is all in the way you say something, I'm going to say that, because listen to them, I'm going to listen to this. Hey, I'm going to do two interpretations. Hey, God don't like that. You need to take that off. That's not the way a woman of God should dress, or you shouldn't come into church like that with that short skirt on. It look like a prostitute, or it's too sexy, or you look like a tramp. You know what I'm saying? Or the way that God teach me how to say something is like this. Let me say this. Hey, you real pretty. You know, you beautiful. You don't have to wear that. You don't have to show your body like that. You don't have to show nobody all your goods. You know what I'm saying? Your face is pretty enough. You worth more than that. Don't you know you worth more than that? You know what I'm saying? Just close your shirt up a little bit. You don't gotta show all your goods. You special, and that's special. Say that for somebody that's special to you. You know what I'm saying? So it's all in the way you say something, instead of saying something like, "Hey, you dirty," or "You look like trash," or you know, just I don't know, just a certain way you can say something, instead of a kind of way you could say something, instead of saying it like that. You know what I'm saying? Then a lot of times it's men saying stuff like that. They'll say that don't nobody want that, or something like that, or you know, y'all be seeing on social media how the men of God, supposed to be men of God, talk to women and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They call women out their names, like a hoe or something like that. And that's not the right way we should say certain stuff, because that's not how God see them. God see them as my child, somebody, God see them like they're my creation. I love them, and you know what I'm saying? They're my child. That's my daughter. Or even with the men that's dressing like women or like other men, you know, some men find them disgusting, or they be looking at them, you know, a certain way, or saying them, you know, calling them out their names and stuff like that. And you don't know the what that person them been through and why they do what they do. And we can't look at somebody from the outside and what they're doing and judging them, because we didn't want nobody to judge us, and God didn't judge us, and He's seen them as my child, my son, my daughter, you know what I'm saying? Just as well He saw us when we was out there in the club or drinking, or we was sleeping around, even though nobody might have no proof that you were sleeping around, but y'all know y'all was out there getting it in too. But now you want to judge somebody else that's out there that's getting it in, and they don't know no better. But we all got to cross with the God, because time is running out, you know what I'm saying? But it's the way you can say something. It's not what you say, it's how you can say it. So we need to start judging people like that, and because God see all of us as His children and His creation. He see us as they're lost, and I want to pull them back into me. You know what I'm saying? I hope I did that good. So we can't judge people. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna just say this to in the past, I was going through something in the past, and I had wrapped my hair up in a scarf. I was combing my hair and everything, but I would wrap it up, or I wore oversized clothes and things like that. I was just going through a lot of stuff in the past years ago, and I was in a depression. With depression, I had lost some people. I had some health issues. I was going through some things, and I was in somewhat of depression, even though God was keeping me and helped keep me going on and stuff like that. And when I would go out, you know, people would look at me like I was dirty, or I should have on a scarf, or you know, I was sweats and stuff like that, and they didn't know. They was judging me from what they saw on the outside, not knowing that I was in a depression. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what kind of depression, you know what I'm saying? A depression. And people was judging me, and they didn't know what I was going through. And a lot of times people judge you, you know, they judge young ladies. I seen something a couple of months ago about somebody judging ladies for covering their hair and stuff like that. You don't know, somebody could just find out. You know, we gotta stop judging people from the outside. We don't know what's going on in the heart, or why they doing what they doing. You know what I'm saying? I seen something about people. Somebody saying you shouldn't wear scarves outside and stuff like that. You got to be the best representation of yourself and stuff like that. And that's true. But you never know what somebody going through. Somebody could have just found out they had stage 3 or stage 4 breast cancer. And, you know, sometimes you don't feel like fixing up, or you don't feel like combing your hair, or if you did comb your hair, you don't feel like letting it down or whatever, or putting it up in a bun. You know, we got to stop judging people and things like that, because you just never know what somebody been through or what's going on in their life. And yeah, like I said, people used to judge me years back for wearing a scarf. It was pretty scarves too, pretty colorful, clean scarves, you know. Yeah, people just looking at me, you know, weird and stuff like that. And you just can't judge people, because you just never know what's going on. So we gotta stop judging people from what we see on the outside, or what they are doing and why they're doing what they're doing. We gotta ask ourselves what's going on, instead of saying what's wrong with them or why they doing that. You gotta be like, what happened, and what's the source. You know what I'm saying? As us children of God, men and women of God, we're supposed to lift people up, not break them down, and not judge them. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. And I got something else I want to talk about real quick. Yeah, it was something I want to touch on from the last video. I was talking about prophets, and we gotta stop getting so offended. But there was one more thing I wanted to say about judging people, even with tattoos and things. With tattoos, I don't have any tattoos. I never really I had thought about one time years ago getting a tattoo, but I never got it. I guess that was God's will. But even with people with tattoos and stuff, you know what I'm saying, you gotta be careful with saying certain things about that as well, with people with tattoos, because people have done stuff before they came over the garden, some stuff, and a lot of times people don't have money to remove these things just because we can still see what people did on their bodies, or me, a mother who had children outside of wedlock. People say nobody will want me, which I don't care. Jesus got me. So I don't care, I don't care about that, but I know somebody would want me. So I just want ladies to know that somebody will want you regardless of you have children. You need to start judging the girl with the 7-10 kids and by 3-4 different fathers and things like that. Sometimes these people don't know, they don't know their worth, and they do things, and when they're in the world, because they don't know, and they wasn't raised right, or they just repeating what they saw and what they were surrounded by. And like I said, with people with tattoos and things like that, you can't just say somebody look like a tramp because they have a tattoo and stuff like that. And that's a lot of things as men and women of God, that's what we're supposed to do, you know what I'm saying? Even though it's all in the way you can say something, you know what I'm saying? And that'll make somebody want to fight if you be like, you got a tramp stamp on you, you know what I'm saying? That'll make somebody in the world that's already been hurt and beat up and abused by the word and judged by the word, and then they come into the church, or they come to the bed and the woman supposed to be of God, and we say something like that in our speech or our sermon or something like that. We be like, I call them tramp stamps, you know what I'm saying? You gotta think about how you can, what you say, how to say something before you say it, you know what I'm saying? Because my mom said it's not what you say, it's how you say it. She always have said, and that is so true, you know what I'm saying? Because there's a way you can say something. Because I have daughters. I have a daughter with a tattoo, a couple of tattoos, you know what I'm saying? When she came home, years ago, this certain tattoo, I didn't care for it. She already knew I didn't care for it because I already had a conversation with her, and I didn't care for this really certain one. She had her daughter names on her and stuff like that. I was okay with that. I was okay with that. But that's her business, you know what I'm saying? That's between her and God. I ain't really had nothing to say. It ain't really make me feel a certain type of way. But it was this one that was really huge, and I really didn't care for it. She came in, and you know what I'm saying, it's all in the way you say something. I can speak on this because I have experience with my children. And she came in with her tattoo and showed it to me. She was really excited about it, and she was like, look, Mama, you like it? And I was like, Nisha, I don't say her name. I was like, I don't like that tattoo. I sound, I don't care for that, you know what I'm saying? And she was like, but it's say this hope and faith and stuff like that. I was like, I know I like the words, but I don't really like tattoos. And she was like, she just looked, and I was like, you know how I feel? I said, you're gorgeous, you're beautiful. And I said, it was one thing Kim Kardashian said, and I don't really care for her that much, but she got a lot better than she used to be. She had said something that was so wise years ago. She was on a talk show, and somebody asked her about tattoos and why she don't have no tattoos, being a celebrity and, the cute figure and all that stuff. And pretty, you would have thought she would have had a tattoo because she was in the world and, a celebrity and things like that. You would have thought she would have had a tattoo. And she had said something so smart. She said, why put a bumper sticker on a Bentley? And I was like, wow, she said something right there. That young lady said something at the time right there. Why put a bumper sticker on a Bentley? And I was like, she said something. And what she was saying by that, why write something on your beautiful, gorgeous skin, and you're worth more than writing on your body, you know what I'm saying, or let somebody write on your body with ink. And that day my daughter came in with her tattoo, and I told her that, I said, Kim Kardashian said something that day, and she was so right. And I was like, you're so pretty and you're so beautiful. I said, I just don't feel right about people marking up their skin and things like that. and when you're already beautiful, and you just go ahead and mess up your skin. So it's always the way you can say, so she just look, instead of me saying, girl, why you gonna get a tramp stamp, or why you put that crap on your body, you know what I'm saying? That'll make somebody feel a certain type of way, and that's not the love in the mind of Christ when we come at people like this. And nobody's perfect, we all make mistakes. I have said stuff without thinking, and my mama said you always gotta think before you act. So you always gotta think before you act, even speak out of your mouth, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, like I said, it's always in the way you say something, you know what I'm saying, to a person, because us being followers of Jesus Christ, they looking at us like we judging them. That's why you always hear people like, that's why a lot of people don't like church people and stuff like that, because we crossed over and act like we ain't never did nothing, we ain't never been in the world, we ain't never want a tattoo, we ain't got no piercing. I got piercings, I got more than one piercing, you know what I'm saying? I think it's something in the Bible about piercing, you know what I'm saying? And makeup and different types of stuff like that, and showing your boobs and tight clothes. It's the only way. Like, we ain't never did it, can't forget we did it too. We had to be taught you can better than that, you worth better than that, not calling them trash and dirty and all I see is garbage and filth and nastiness. That ain't how God look at, especially men and women of God. That ain't how we supposed to talk or how we supposed to dress somebody. We gotta tell them how God see them, not how we see them. That's why a lot of us gotta die, and the flesh gotta die so the Holy Spirit can take over, because He'll guide, lead us, and guide us in how to say it in the right way. You know what I'm saying? Be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. It's the way you can say something without offending somebody. And this and that, even when you say it nice, y'all, you know what I'm saying? We offend somebody, so we might as well try to even say it nicely, you know what I'm saying? You know, because we already offend people when we are talking nice anyway, they, you know, so hey, you know what I'm saying? That's all. I'm just saying, it's the way you can say something. And we just gotta watch that, be careful, you know what I'm saying? We all fall short of the glory of God, and just gotta remember we came from a place as well too. All right, so we can't judge nobody and think we better than nobody because we the prophet, or we the prophetess, or we the preacher, or we the evangelist. Some of the people prophets, evangelists, prophetess, y'all know that, right? They just don't know they are. And there's some have a feeling they might think they're psychic or something, but and they be knowing stuff, but yeah, God placed things inside them too, but they gotta cross back over to Him so He can let them know that He's attached to them and they've been attached to Him, you know what I'm saying? Just like we was out there in the world and we didn't know, we knew certain things, and we didn't know why we knew certain things, or you know what I'm saying? You know, just gotta remember that we all come from somewhere. We can't be judging nobody, you know what I'm saying? Because God not smiling on us for that, and He ain't gonna smile on us for that, because we run those people away and thinking, and they be like, oh, the church judge me more than the world do, you know what I'm saying? I'm more accepted in the world than the church, you know what I'm saying? We can't run those people away. We gotta look at them like God look at them, and He see my child, my daughter, my creation, a lost soul, my lost one, come on back in, my lost sheep, you know what I'm saying? That's what He see. So that's what I'm trying to say. You gotta think before you act, and think before you speak, you know what I'm saying? It's all in the way you say something. And I see that a lot of times from men, and they have no right to speak on women, or why women dressing a certain way, or twerking, or acting a certain way, or trying to put their body in the camera, stuff like that. I'm a woman, I know, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It was a time I didn't know all of my worth, you know what I'm saying? I knew I was worth something, but I didn't know all of my worth. And so many people don't know none of their worth. These young ladies don't, they wasn't raised like they didn't have a father, and then they had a mother. That's all they saw. That's all they knew. So that's what they doing, you know what I'm saying? So we gotta let them know, hey, you worth more than that. You beautiful. You don't have to show all your goods. You special. Say that for somebody special, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know. It's a time I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? So hey, yeah, as a mother, and as a woman, and as a grandmother, and as a daughter, yeah, I know. So now back to this. Last time I was talking about a prophet. A prophet comes with correction, you know what I'm saying, and warning a lot of times, and I was saying we got to stop getting offended about certain things, you know what I'm saying, when a prophet comes with warning and correction, because they saving a lot of us from hell, and they waking us, a lot of us up, and correcting a lot of things and warning us, you know what I'm saying? And a prophet comes to warn and correct, right? And a prophet's job is to turn people back to God and Jesus. It ain't to prophesy husband, wives, land, your future, and things like that, except your future of heaven and hell. You know what I'm saying? So if you And if you don't repent, your future is hell, you know what I'm saying, lake of fire. So a prophet comes with warning, correction. Like I said, we got to stop getting offended. We got to be grateful for these prophets or prophetess. I'm just saying prophet, as I said last time, because they come to help us and turn people's heart back to God. And a lot of times people get offended, you know what I'm saying. We got to be humble, as I said. God can use anybody, you know what I'm saying, that he want to use, and speak to. Like I said, he speak to my granddaughter, you know, so many years and things like that. So yeah, that's all I have to say today. I hope I did this call, and we can't judge people, you know what I'm saying. This was just something quick. So that is it. And I just want to say Jesus love you. So that y'all have a blessed one. Repent and give your life to God. Just ask him in your heart and ask for forgiveness of your sins. And always come to God with a clean slate and repentance, and making sure you don't have nothing in your heart, making sure you didn't offend him that day, or just walking in sin, so his ears can be open to your prayers. So with that being said, Jesus love y'all, so do I. Y'all have a blessed one. And that's it. Have a good one, y'all.